I'm trying to record it. It's not a big deal. It's just helping my fading, aging memory.
It's fine.
So my name is Jan. I come from an online magazine in Denmark called Gamers Lounge.
Okay.
So Denmark being a pretty small continent, this young lady is taking very good care of us. So I've actually prepared questions.
All right.
So I'm also part of a community, so I asked them for some feedback, some other things, so it's not just one person, which it typically is when it's... So you've been very secretive about the leveling up, so you say that there is activities where gear drop at least the same level or higher.
Yeah.
So does this mean that you are capping the activities or to the milestones, or can I simply just do activities day and night if maybe I'm on vacation and needs to catch up to the rest of the team?
Yeah. So the best way to answer that, I think, is that we are changing a little bit about how the milestones work. So we're we're actually implementing a new system called challenges. Not the old challenges that you used to.
Challenges that we used to.
Those are going away. So your director is going to fill up with a bunch of things to go do that will that could potentially make you more powerful.
Yeah.
There's a lot more things that will make you more powerful in Forsaken than there was in Destiny 2. So you can play any way that you want to play, and no matter what you're doing, you're gonna get more powerful.
Okay.
Most of the old milestones are still in place as far as like challenges, thought of as challenges now.
Yeah.
And then there's like a bunch of new ones that are added, and then there's also a new concept called a powerful engram that you can get anytime you're playing. Every once in a while you'll just find one. So if you can be playing Gambit or the Crucible or story missions or whatever, and you can get more powerful that way.
Yeah. The community is looking for replay of story missions. There was this weekly heroic story from D1, being able to select specific strikes. So apart from the weapon changings and the activity tracking that you're doing, is there any particular quality of life improvement you think is most important in Forsaken?
Well, strikes are going to be on the maps now, so you can play. You can target any strike you want and play it with your friends. There is a weekly heroic story challenge. So in the Vanguard playlist, which is where strikes live as well, in the Vanguard page, there's also a heroic story. I think those are the two that you mentioned. I think those are the two improvements,
Yeah. Any other things in terms of quality of life improvements? You have been talking about a little bit about this.
Yeah, so we introduced bounties as well in the year, and we are leveraging bounties a lot in Forsaken. They're a really big part of ways that you can kind of, the player can select into how they want to go chase things and get more powerful. Bounties can, we think of bounties as like a parallel pursuit where you can be doing one thing and getting credit for the bounty as well. Then we're using bounties in another way where they will explicitly tell you to go do one thing and you'll get powerful reward from that bounty. So we're using those.
Yeah, personally, I was looking at actually when we did the Solstice of Heroes, where you needed to do all of the or more of the adventures. Then I really think this is a missed opportunity because there's no value from a progression point of view to actually do them. But I think there was a lot of them when I took them out. Just took one planet and then traveled around. I think.
One of the other things that I think we've talked about this a little bit, but is one of the new characters you're going to meet. He's the seedy character. He's called the Spider, and he actually has a whole set of weekly bounties that come on him, and they're basically these wanted outlaws that you have to go all over all the old planets and the new planets. You have to go hunt these guys down and get credit for them. So.
Okay, I think one of the more fun things that we got in Destiny 2 this year was the escalation protocol. It has 3 unique weapons. Again, you could say that the community feedback is a little bit about that drop rates might not be satisfactory even after the buff. So the joke is in the community that now it's not 2 tokens and a blue, now it's 4 shaders and a blue. So what is your approach to drop rates in Forsaken?
Well, one thing that we're adding in Forsaken is random rolls. Bringing random rolls back. So what that does is it makes even duplicate drops feel good again, because you can get a drop of a weapon. It doesn't have the perks that you want on it, and so you're looking for that god roll of that weapon.
Yeah, we did that a lot in V1.
Yes, and so it's already had a really good property when we've been playing it back in the studio.
Yeah.
The other thing that we've done is that Infusion, the way Infusion works is the duplicates infuse much cheaper. So you want that duplicate weapon to bring the weapon that you like up to the power that you want.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good question.
I have a lot of friends that play, so I can take all credit.
It takes a village.
Yeah, it takes a village.
Yeah.
So less than 9,000 players, that's your number, have the Redix Claymore.
Oh yeah.
So and now we've seen the quest steps for the sword. So is this a rarity and grind that you generally will be aiming for with the Gear and Forsaken, in particular in Crucible?
You're asking about sorry, I want to make sure I understand the question. The rarity that Redrix Claymore was during the year, and then the rarity of the new one that just got announced, right?
Not in particular.
Okay.
Now I have seen, it's just that now we've seen the quest steps, so now I've been very specific about the quest steps. And of course it's a grind weapon, so this means that you will of course be doing a lot of activities. I'm more in general terms, in terms of is this the rarity that you will be looking for in a broader scope of things?
Yeah, not in every sense, but a lot. Like, we are trying to make things a little more rare in general across the board. We want not everyone to have everything. We want them to be special, and that you can. There's always something that you don't have. There's always something that you want to go get. Redrix was a little bit on the hard side. But
I will tell you, with the amount of fun currently available in Crucible, I think that the 5 resets is one of the things where count me out for.
Yeah, exactly.
It's simply not. I'm sorry, but the co-op shooter thing or the team shooter based thing, it's not really my thing.
I think there's a middle ground here. I think we had what we had in D2. We gave things away a lot quicker than I think we wanted to, and then you have Redrix way over here, and then I think we way over there. I think we definitely we want to have the spectrum, and we want occasionally to do something like Redrix, but we want to have a lot of stuff that's more in the middle there.
Are you also looking for a broader? I think the skill gap, especially in some of the PvP things, is very low.
Yes.
So I think, are you looking to increase the skill gap so you can actually, in the same way that you want to have?
I think that in PvP, when the skill gap gets too high, it gets frustrating for the people that are on the low end of that skill gap, right? I think that PvP as an activity wants to try to keep the skill gap close, but clearly that makes getting Redrix difficult for a lot of people. So I think that we actually all of the Crucible stuff that's coming as a part of the Forsaken year is going to be coming over time. The Seasons team, the live team, is working on Crucible right now, and so they're going to be making decisions about exactly how they want to handle that skill gap. I can't get you know what I mean, right?
I know what at some point you should also acknowledge that yes, this is the answer that I can get, and then move on. I will be moving on.
Okay.
So we were treated to a lot of shaders, reskin weapons, and bosses. Golgoroth, I think he's called Naxxus now. Yeah. So maybe his brother, I don't know.
Yeah,
brother,
we call him Trenchcoat, but okay.
Now we're seeing at least the Barons, and you have presented a lot of unique weapons. Are you similar looking into continuing that in more unique weaponry and more unique
enemies and more unique enemies? Yeah. We're really excited about the Barons. They've been received really well. Everybody is like, when you play the Barons, it feels refreshing. You get a different flavor of a boss at the end, and so we're definitely looking at ways to try to do more of that wherever we can. And then as far as the weapons, we've got the same philosophy. We want to try to bring weapons out that are going to change the way that you play, and they're going to feel more powerful. And we released the trailer for the weapons.
I have played Gambit with the
You have played it?
Yeah, so I have played with Gambit.
Okay, all right.
So yes.
That's definitely a goal.
Yeah, so I also think maybe I like the quest for the Black Hammer. Whisper of the Worms or whatever, but it was the version 1 of the Black Hammer with the perks.
Right.
And then that's finally one of the things where at least the feedback in the community that I have connections to say that, well, this is something that where the uniqueness of the weapon actually makes it usable in a situation. Not every situation. It's not like the Galahorn that if you didn't have Galahorn, nobody wanted to play with you. But if this one, so is this also one of the things that we will be striving for, to get the exotics more broadly used?
We want to get them more broadly used, and we want to have them be more special when you do get them.
Yeah.
So we're doing that by trying to kind of pull them apart and make them more unique in different ways, and also by having you have to go, having them be rare to each player individually.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have a favorite exotic?
No, I don't have a favorite exotic. I think that I'm using a number of exotics based on circumstances. I like
that's a healthy
worms because I really feel that we have been lacking a truly powerful. After this, with only one rocket in the launches, that makes them totally worthless.
It's true.
I'm sorry, my mom taught me to be honest. I'm not getting very far with it.
So you need an extra rocket in your rocket launcher.
I don't know. I think, but you have said that there will be some of the perks where you can actually get some. So let's see how it fans out. But I think that maybe there is what's it called, the fusion rifle that we're using in PvP at the moment. The one that has the arc damage if you make it crit. Forget on
is that? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Which one you're talking about?
It will come to me. But there was.
You're using it right now in PvP.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, but I think that never mind. I can't remember everything. It's old age. This is one. No. But I think that right now I think the Whisper of the Worms. I think it's great. It requires stationary enemies. It's for the activity. It's perfect if you can find the spot, and if they won't crawl behind a rock. The cheating bastards in the they're shooting at me. Yes, that's the point. So you have to die anyway. But I think that was actually fun. Also, I like the ship.
That's good. Thanks.
The Leviathan Prestige range was very well received, with good game mechanics, actually requiring everyone to participate. So you can take a couple of players in, teach them the mechanics, and get it on. A little bit like one of my favorites, the challenge in Axis and Wrath of the Machine. But the layers seem a little bit more like lazy coding, a forced loadout and bullet sponges. What's the direction you're going with Forsaken?
We gave the raid team, the direction to do more of the first thing you said. Make sure that the raid is a learnable activity, that you can bring somebody in and help them through the raid, because we want people to be able to be carried through. There's a variety of different encounters in the raid. We actually had the community. We had some of our community members come in and play a lot of the content to get their feedback and initial impressions. So our initial impressions are that this is the best raid we've ever made. That it's fantastic. So, and this is coming from people that liked like Leviathan and some of the older raids as well.
Yeah, that's looking good. I think the final boss encounters for both the raid players are good, but I think the learning experience for new players is
it's a little hard. It's
a bit steep. So there is some other things where you say, we don't want to make the skill gap too high in a PvP, but then maybe you could tweak it a little bit, and then maybe the prestige was not using sidearms and what was it? It was sidearm, shotgun, and launcher at one point where he's not really responsive to that. You can't really get
right.
You can't really get enough damage to everything. So
it's not going to get the job done.
So no, that's not going to get the job done. We're also seeing some of the. I think one of the fun things was the Zamboni. I think this was one of the fun experiences. It was not particularly difficult, but it was a fun team experience. So, any chances of bringing that back into some of the raid activities again?
I don't want to give too much away about the types of activities that are going to be in the raid, just because that's the fun of playing the raid for the first time.
Half an hour after someone makes the first video, I will be there.
There you go, see, right? Yeah.
I don't have the time to do
I know.
10 hours
to walk through. You need to walk through
first, but I want to know the mechanics. Then I can learn. I can learn that. Okay, so that will be new fun things.
Yeah.
You talked a lot about the transparency and the stuff in that. How are we going to feel this as players in going forward with Forsaken and more transparency in some of these cases?
You mean talking about the transparent? Like how are you gonna?
Yeah, there's a number of things where you sort of get busted for capping the progression and the XP stuff, and there are a number of things there where with the number of 9,000 players doing the grind for relics. Be aware that they will discover if there's anything. Not purely transparent.
No, I think we've been trying to be as transparent as possible for the last year, especially like what we've been learning from the community. We've been trying to figure out how we can make the game better. Whisper, Solstice, a lot of those things are a result of us listening to the community and trying to react. And then Forsaken actually has a lot of those reactions built into it from a while ago, right? I mean, we've been doing this, we've been working on this for a long time, and a lot of the big changes to the game that we wanted to make are coming in Forsaken. So, you already know about a lot of those, but like,
I have people telling me.
You have people telling, I'm very excited about
those roadmaps. I mean,
we've presenting the roadmaps, and yes, they've been good.
I'm very proud of them.
I like the roadmaps.
Yep, the TWABs and with the annual pass, like what's coming in the seasons and the seasons of Outlaw that's going to start with Forsaken, and then the season of the Forge that we haven't talked about that would be the next season, and so we're trying to expose everyone to what we're actually going to deliver in advance as much as we can and still be accurate. It's hard.
That's the accuracy thing about it. It's a plan.
That's the plan.
It's like what
you want to be transparent, but you want to be right.
To the bank, it's a budget, so it's what I expect.
Yes.
Okay, what's your aspirations for success in terms for the
my aspirations for success. That's I can't wait. I can't wait to sit down and play Forsaken when it comes out with everybody in the community, just to see it live in the game, to play the game with millions of players all at once is always a really satisfying feeling in Destiny if you've worked on it for so long. And I hope that as soon as people play it, they realize, wow, there's so much to do in this game. It's going to take me a while to uncover every rock, turn every stone over, and find the stuff that's in here. And it's a really good feeling when you realize that, and you're like, there's so much here.
Any advice? Anything I've missed?
Any advice?
I love
new players, to players to come back. Any in the broadest possible sense.
And you were talking about how excited what you've done with this project. That it's the most. I don't want to put words in my mouth.
No, you can put words in my mouth. No,
you were talking about.
We've talked a lot about inside in the studio. This is the most transformative release that we've made for Destiny. We're taking a game that had some problems early in the year, and we fixed a bunch before Forsaken, and Forsaken's going to do to it something that's really special. It's a really good time for anyone to get in. Old players that were playing but that stopped for a while, or brand new players. We've got a boost in the game that will get them right into Forsaken, playing with everybody else and with their friends. But you don't have to use the boost. You can play through the D2 campaign with all the new weapon slots and the new systems, and it just feels really good. So it's great.
And I love the bow.
And the bow. I mean, I don't. Yeah, no. I keep. It's. You did you play the bow?
Yeah. Oh my god.
The bow is very satisfying.
As usual, I always set up. I'll check the weapon slot. I'll check the inventory if you've left something, but you've been really sneaky this year because there was nothing there. There's nothing. It's empty. They even deleted because I got the armor pieces. So he was no, we stop recording and then I got.
Well, there you go.
I like that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to it. I hope the community will be pleased.
Hope so too. I really.
There's always next year.
You are funny.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Could we have a picture somewhere?
Sure.
Or just stop this one?